Nobody loves you when you're down and out. Nobody sees you when you're on cloud nine. Everybody's hustling for a buck and a dime. I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. I've been across to the other side. I've shown you everything, I got nothing to hide. And still you ask me, do I love you? What it is, what it is. All I can tell you is, it's all showbiz. All I can tell you is, it's all showbiz. Nobody loves you when you're down and out. Nobody knows you when you're on cloud nine. Everybody's hustling for a buck and a dime. I'll scratch your back and you knife mine. I've been across the water so many times. I've seen the one-eyed witch doctor leading the blind. And still you ask me, do I love you? What you say, what you say. Every time I put my finger on it, it slips away. Every time I put my finger on it, it slips away.
Hey guys, great to see you. Joe here and welcome to another video, and thank you very much indeed for joining me. So all the usual stuff applies. If you find the video helpful or useful in any way, then perhaps you could click on the like or the subscribe. That'd be fantastic. And if anybody does the social media thing, then please feel free to share these links far and wide. And if there's anybody who's looking to help support me and continue on doing what I'm doing, bringing these lessons, then there's a link down below to my Patreon page where you can do that. Okay, so there you heard my rendition of a song by John Lennon called Nobody Loves You When You're Down and Out. I often get a lot of requests for John Lennon songs, so I thought it was about time I kind of did one. And I like this song. I think it's a really nice song. And it's fairly accessible, so I'm hoping that most of you will be able to get through this one. Now, the intro starts out with just a D chord and a D sus2. Which is just taking our middle finger off the D chord to make an open E here. Okay, that's a D sus2. So, the intro is just... So you can hear the way that's coming on and off, yeah? Okay, so after you've played that twice, it goes into the verse. And the verses are just simply D.
Nobody loves you when you're down and out.
So that's to an E major. Now you can play an E7 straight away, or you can play an E, then an E7. It's entirely up to you. This all falls under the umbrella of making it your own, as we often say. I kind of tend to play an E and then add the 7th. But it's up to you what you prefer to do. Okay, then it goes to a G.
Nobody sees you.
Back to D.
On cloud nine.
And then just repeats that.
Everybody's hustling for a buck and a dime.
To the E7, to the G.
I'll scratch your back and
D.
Scratch mine.
Okay, so that's a verse. Very simple. Then it goes into the bridge, which is, I'll play it once through for you so you can hear it, okay, slowly. So it's D.
I've been across
D augmented
to the other side.
D6, I've shown you everything. F sharp, nothing to hide. G, F sharp, G, and still you A. Do I D, B minor, G, all I can, G minor 7, D, B7, G, G minor 7 and D. And that's the chords for the bridge. Okay, so that was probably a little bit quick for you, so let me just break that down for you. You know what a D is? It should be noted when we're playing all these D variations, be it D augmented, D6, D sus2, we're just playing the bottom 4 strings, yeah? Like so. Okay, so beginning of the bridge, I've been across, so that's a D. And then we go to a D augmented. Now that just means putting our index finger on the 1st string of the 2nd fret and playing the 2nd and 3rd strings on the 3rd fret. Again, bottom 4 strings. That's your D augmented. Then to a D6, we keep the index on the 1st string of the 2nd fret. Middle goes on the 2nd string of the 3rd fret, and the ring finger goes on the 3rd string of the 4th fret. I've shown you everything. Then we go to an F sharp bar, nothing to hide. Then we go G, F sharp, G. Now you could go back to that G, but I prefer going to that G. And still you ask me, that's just an A major. Do I love you? That's a D. What it is, B minor, G. All I can, G minor 7, tell you is. Okay, now for a G minor 7, we're just barring all the strings on the 3rd fret, and with our ring finger, we're playing the 5th string of the 5th fret. And that's a movable shape. So that's a G minor 7. For example, if you moved it up to, you'd have an A minor 7. Okay, so we have a G minor 7 to a D, it's all showbiz, then to a B7, then back to a G bar, all I can, G minor 7, tell you is, and then a D, it's all showbiz. Okay, so that's the bridge. Okay, and then what it does is it repeats another verse and another bridge, and that is followed by a solo. And for the solo we just play D, it's the verse essentially, E7 to G to D, and we play that twice, yeah, basically D, E, G, D twice. Then after the solo, it goes into a D. Well, I get up in the morning and I'm looking in the mirror to see. Ooh-wee. Then I'm lying in the darkness and I know I can't get to sleep. Ooh-wee. Okay, that's the only other bit you need to learn, and we've already looked at the chords. Okay, so again it starts in D. Well, I get up in the morning, then we go to our D augmented. Okay, then we go to our D6, and then there's a quick G, A, D, like so, and it just repeats it. Then I'm lying in the darkness and I know I can't get to sleep. Ooh-wee. And then you're just back into another verse. Nobody loves you when you're old and grey. Nobody needs you when you're upside down. So you're just back into a verse after that. So essentially they're all the elements that you need, guys, to work through this number. As I often suggest, it's well worth writing down the chords, especially if you're not familiar with some of the chord shapes and the actual chords themselves. As I say, I have done a chord sheet over at Patreon, so you can go check that out if that's of any interest to you. And that really covers it, to be honest, guys. You know, just practice your right hand with it. It's not very difficult, this. It's kind of, with it being a ballad and being a very slow track, it gives you plenty of time to just experiment and hopefully make it your own. So I hope that was of some help to you all, guys, and I look forward to seeing you soon with another lesson. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop those down below. And thank you very much indeed for watching, and please don't forget to click the like or the subscribe. Thanks again, guys. Bye bye.